Hello, hello. Welcome back to another edition or episode of Balanced Bytes. I'm so excited to be with you again on today. Today, we're going to be talking about my own personal journey to self care. So, I've titled this live stream Nurturing Myself, a Journey to Self Care. I'm going to be sharing with you some pivotal moments um, that have taken place in my life that led me to this place of desiring to prioritize my self care and really why it's important. And then I'll share with you some of my experiences, some of the lessons that I've learned along the way, and hopefully, from me sharing my story, one, you'll be able to relate and know that you're not alone in your own journey. And two, grab some nuggets that you can take and implement into your daily life so that you too can prioritize self care in your pursuit of your ambitious goals. Now, one of the things, and you may find this to be a little shocking, but well, let me give the backstory first. So I got interested in productivity when I was in college because I was a new mom, had my daughter, my I gave birth to her my sophomore year of college, and I was, new mom, working full time, going to school full time. So it was really important for me to be intentional with my time. And um, as a result, that really kind of prompted that interest in productivity. And over the years, I've looked for different ways to be more efficient, be more effective with my time so that I can get the most out of our time because time is precious. Once we spend it, we can't get it back. Right? We can make more money, but we cannot make more time. And so it's really important for us to spend our time wisely. And so, fast forward, I was really in pursuit of a career goal. And I wanted to be promoted to the position of regional business office manager. I was a business office manager with a home health agency. And I really wanted to be the regional BOM because I was already training new BOMs across our area anyway when they were coming in. And so I love to teach, I love to train. And so that's really what I wanted to do. And in pursuit of that, I went into straight up go mode, like workaholic go mode. I was working from like 7:30 in the morning, 7:30, 7:45 in the morning till 6, 7, sometimes 8, 9 o'clock at night, Monday through Friday. And then on top of that, I was going into the office on Saturdays, the majority of Saturdays. Typically, if I didn't go into the office on a Saturday, it was because I was out of town or I had some obligation that prevented me from doing so. And so I was working like 55 plus hours a week. Wasn't really taking lunch breaks. I would use my lunch break to drive to pick up my daughter from school and drop her off at home. So I sat at my desk and ate, and it was just not healthy. And my relationship started to suffer. My health was suffering. I had no life really outside of work. And at some point, I was married at the time. And my husband said to me, listen, something's got to give. Like, I don't see you. And even when you are at home, you're on your laptop. Because when I would leave the office, at 6 o'clock, if I left early, then I would bring my laptop home and do dinner and everything. And then I'd be in bed on my laptop continuing to work. And as a result, I made a decision to step away from the position that I was in, to quit without having a job to go to so that I could, one, go back to school because that was something I really desired to do, and two, do life differently. Now, I admit when I first made that leap and stepped away from my job, once I finally got another position, I kind of fell into the same patterns as before. Um, I wasn't working as much, but I was in school, right? So the working long hours kind of just got replaced by school. I was working still a little bit more than, you know, 40 hours a week, but I was also going to school and studying and doing all those things. And so I just kind of transferred those things. But the thing that really shifted that, well, I should say it this way, that experience set the set me up for the next one. And so fast forward 2 years, I'm graduating, right? I'm finishing up my degree and just walked across the stage with honors with my bachelor's degree. And I got a call uh, about 10 days later that the results of my biopsy results, or the results of my biopsy, were positive for cancer. So I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And that really served as my wake up call. While we caught the cancer early and I recognized that, like I wasn't going to die. This wasn't a terminal diagnosis for me. At the same time, it still made me think about it. And I really kind of felt like I was being faced with my own mortality, and that does something to you. It really shifts your perspective. And I one of the things that I kind of jokingly say is that breast cancer saved my life, or that I got the breast cancer wake up call because it helped me to see that if this were a terminal diagnosis and I had a limited time left to live, which technically we all have a limited time to live. We don't know how long that limit is, but we all have a time limit or an expiration date. And I wasn't happy with the way I had been living my life. Now, I had a good life. Don't get me wrong. My life was good. It wasn't, I didn't have a very challenging, didn't wasn't a very difficult life. I had a good life, but it wasn't great. And there were a lot of things that I was not pursuing. There were a lot of things I wasn't um, allowing myself to pursue for fear, all of the what ifs. And this diagnosis kind of liberated me from that. It gave me this confidence, it gave me this boldness that I previously did not have. Now, I will say this around, I was also getting ready to turn 41. So I was 40 at this time. So I was also going through kind of everything was kind of culminating at the same time. So I was going through this life transition of coming into 40 and kind of coming into my own. And then this diagnosis, it just really liberated me. And so I started to do things differently. I decided that I was going to start living out loud and doing things that I wanted to do. So I started this self exploration. I started really investing in myself. I um, started hiring coaches. I read self-help books. Every book that I can get my hands on, I was reading, consuming on how to build a business because I started a business. How to build a business, how to better myself, how to write books, like all the things, right? Like whatever it was, if it was a self-help book especially if somebody recommended it, I was all about it. I also went to workshops and conferences, really started pouring into me. And that helped me to grow and realize that I was the only one standing in my way. It wasn't really about other people, because oftentimes we try to put off on other people that, oh, we can't do the things that we want to do because I have the responsibility of being a mom, I have the responsibility of being a wife, or I have the responsibility of being a boss, I have these obligations over here that prevent me from doing the things that I really desire to do, when the truth of the matter is I was in my own way. And I'm willing to bet that you're in your own way as well. And so I made the decision to start prioritizing me, start prioritizing the things I wanted to do, which meant that I had to start setting some boundaries. So remember, I told you that I began kind of similar habits at the new job that I had from the old job where I was getting stressed out, burned out, and overwhelmed from all the hours that I was working. So I had to go back to work and have a conversation with my supervisor and establish some boundaries. Now, that also meant that I had to hold those boundaries. So that's one of the things that I did. Now, the conversation went actually pretty well. But that doesn't mean that the boundaries didn't get tested, but I had to hold fast to them in order to prioritize me. I also started um, getting my nails done and doing activities that I had previously wanted to do, but that my ex-husband at the time didn't, wasn't interested in doing. Like I started taking dance lessons, right? I take salsa and bachata lessons, and that's something that I'd always wanted to do, but had put off because he didn't want to do it. And as a result, I started to feel so much more relaxed. I started to enjoy life more. I literally became a different person. And friends, people in my circle started calling me Trasetta 2.0, right? Because there was such a dramatic difference in how I showed up in the world previously versus how I show up in the world now. And I'm still working on me, right? I've not arrived. I'm still on this journey. I'm still trying to figure things out. But some of the things that I do now that I've incorporated into kind of my daily routine or daily or weekly routine are that I have a very solid morning routine that builds me up. So I start my day giving me the best part of me, the best part of my day, because I am the freshest when I first get up in the morning. I am at my best when I first get up in the morning. So I give my best to me first before anyone else gets it. I also buy myself flowers, right? So you see my tulips. Tulips are my favorite flower, and so I try to buy tulips every week. Um, I'm not, they're not always available, but when they are, tulips are my go-to. I take myself out on dates at least twice a month. I do a weekly self-care night, which is on Tuesday evening. So today is my self-care day. I do aromatherapy bath and a mud mask and just kind of just really pamper myself on those evenings. I might even have a glass of wine, depending or a cocktail, depending upon how I feel. So and the thing that matters here is that I'm very intentional about scheduling these activities. Right. So buying the flowers, that's easy. I'm at the grocery store anyway. But the self care, it's on my calendar, right? I schedule massages. I look at my schedule, and I put on my schedule when I want to do activities before anything else gets on my schedule. And that helps me to make sure that I'm intentional about doing the things that are going to fill me up and take care of me, right? And so that's just a little bit of kind of my journey. And like I said, I'm still on this journey. I've not arrived. I'm still working on prioritizing me because I don't always get it right. But I do try to do something every single day that's just for me. And I want to encourage you to do the same thing. So, as we come to the end of today's broadcast, I want to, first of all, extend a very heartfelt thank you to each and every one of you who has been joining me on this journey of self discovery and self care and productivity. It's really been an honor for me to share kind of my own personal experiences and insights with you. And this is kind of the Cliff Notes version. At some point, I'll go deeper and do a deeper dive into my story. But I hope that you have found some inspiration and encouragement in my story. And if you are feeling inspired to start prioritizing self care in your own life, but you're not really sure where to start, then I want to invite you to take the next step with me. I offer personalized private coaching sessions where we can do a deeper dive into your goals, your challenges, as well as your aspirations and create a customized plan just for you that's going to help you to prioritize self care and achieve greater well being and fulfillment. So, whether you're struggling to carve out time for self care, whether you're feeling overwhelmed by all the demands of your role, or just simply craving more balance and joy in your life, I am here to support you every step of the way. You don't have to do it alone. Together, we can uncover the strategies and practices that are going to resonate with you the most and empower you to thrive in all the areas of your life. So, if you're ready to take the next step towards a more nurturing and fulfilling life, definitely want to invite you to book a discovery call with me. Just go to chatwithtrasetta.com. I'll put that up on the screen and find a time that works best for you. And let's explore how we can work together to make self care a priority and unlock your full potential. Because in order for you to be your most productive self, you've got to first take care of you. So, thanks again for being here. I look forward to connecting with you soon. And until next time, take care of yourself and each other.